So the topic for today's program is sum of subsets problem. We are going to solve this problem using backtracking method. So the question is, design and implement in Java to find a subset of a given set S, that is S1 to Sn, of n positive integers whose sum is equal to given positive integer d. So let us take an example. If S is equal to 1, 2, 5, 6 and 8 and d is 9. So there are two solutions for this set, that is 1 to 6, as 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9, and also 1 plus 8, that is also 9. So as we can see that our set A, that is array A, is 1, 2, 5, 6 and 8 and D is 9. So we can solve this problem through brute force approach. So by considering each and every possibilities for every element of that array, we can say that we can solve this problem in O of n factorial time. But using backtracking, we can solve this problem in much less time complexity. So let's get started. Let us start with the first element, that is 1. So we are having two options. Either we can include 1 or we don't include 1 in our subset. So let us start with including 1. So sum is equal to 1 and the remaining, this 22 is the sum of all the elements, that is 8 plus 6 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1, that is 22. After we include 1, our sum is 1 and the remaining is 21. So coming to the next element, that is 2, let us include 2 first. So yes, so now our update new sum is 3 and the left elements are 19. So coming next to 5, if we include 5, our sum becomes 8 and remaining is 14. Next, considering 6. So we can see that after adding 6 to it, we get 14 and now our remaining is 8. So here comes our first condition. If sum is greater than D, here sum, that is 14, is greater than D, that is 9. So as sum is greater than D, we can say that we can't include 6. If we are going through this chain, then we cannot include 6. So we will not include that. So what's our next option? We will exclude 6. So now we don't have to check for further elements now. So now we will exclude 6. So our sum is 8 and the remaining is 14 minus 6, that is 8. So next we have the last element, that is 8. So if we include 8, then our sum is going to be 16. Again the first condition, so we won't include 8. So if we exclude 8, then it's time for our second condition, that if the remaining plus sum is less than D, then also we won't move further in the tree. So here remaining is 0 and sum is 8. 0 plus 8 is 8, that is less than 9. So we won't include the, go further in our tree and won't include that also. So now as we can't move further in the tree, we will move some steps backward. So that is, we will move to 2 again to check for 5. So now we will exclude 5. So if we exclude 5, then our new sum is 3 and the remaining is 14. So now again the time for 6. So first we will check after with including 6. So if we include 6, then we can see that we are getting the result as 9, sum as 9. So now we will stop here as we are getting the sum 9, that is equal to D. So our first solution is this, that we will include 1, we will include 2 and we will include 6 and rest all we won't include. If we don't include 6, then our sum becomes 3 and the remaining is 8. So for the last element, that is 8, we will check for both yes and no. If we include that, our sum becomes 11, and if we exclude, then our remaining plus sum is less than 9. So we won't include either of them. So we won't move further in the tree now. So now we will move back to 1 again. So what's our other options for 2 is we won't include 2. Then again coming back, if we want to include 5, then yes, if we include 5, then this is our sum 6 and 14 is our remaining. So if we include 6 again, then also our sum is 12, which is greater than 9. So we won't include that. And if we don't include 6, then our sum is 6 and remaining is 8. So moving further, if we want to include 8 or not. If we include 8, then our sum is going to be 6 plus 8, that is 14, which is greater than 9. And if we want to include that, then our condition 2 will come in place, that is 6 plus 0 is less than 9. so we won't include either of them. So we will stop searching in this tree also, and we will step backward. So all of these conditions are false, so we won't check further in this. After 1 yes, 2 no, let us take 2, 5 as no. So after that, let us take 6 as yes. So now the new sum is 7, that is 1 plus 6, that is 7, and the remaining is 8. So we can move further. So our next two options are either take 8 or don't take 8, which makes the sum as 7, but the sum of sum and the remaining elements is less than 9. So both of the conditions are false. So we won't take either of them. So again, moving backward in the tree. So let us consider 6 now. After taking 1, we didn't took 2, and we don't take 5 also. Now let's take 6. So now our last option is either include 8 or don't include 8. If we include it, we will get the answer 9, and if we don't include it, then we will get the sum as 1. So here we can see that we are getting the solution 9. So this is also one of our solution. So we'll consider that. We got our two solutions, that is including 1, 2 and 6, and the other solution is including 1 and 8. So similarly we can move further in the tree also, but I am not doing so because it's of no use as we don't have any further solutions in this tree. But in our program we will move further. So now the two solutions are S1 is 1 to 6 and S2 is 1 to 8. So now let's begin the coding part. We will start by declaring some global variables. Two integer array w and x. W will store the array and two integers sum and total. The sum will take the input d explained earlier, and total will store the sum of all the elements in the array w. Our first method is going to be process. This method will be called from the main method. The process method will call the getData method, which will get all the inputs from the user, and then we'll call the method subset, which will give us the result. Writing the getData method, we will ask for the number of elements and initialize the array w and x. Then we will use a for loop to get all the elements in the array. Side by side we will also count the total. After getting all the inputs, that is the array and the number sum, we will check if total is less than sum. If so, then we won't get any possible solution and we will exit from the program. If not, so then we will continue with our process method. So as we are having the data now, we will write our subset method. Our subset method is a recursive method in which we will check for all the possible conditions. First will be, if we got the answer, that is if s plus wk is equals to sum, then we will print all the elements which are included. Else if s plus wk plus 1 is less than or less than equal to sum. That means if sum till now and the value of current element plus the value of the next element is less than or equal to sum, then we will call the subset method again with the next element and updating the sum as sum plus current element. Then after that we will check if s plus r minus wk is greater than or equals to sum, that is sum till now is greater than or equal to sum, and s plus wk plus 1 is less than equal to sum. Then we will put xk equal to 0, that x of kth index is equal to 0, and we'll again call the subset method with parameters s, k plus 1 and r minus wk. So last we are going to write our main method, which is going to call the process method. So now we are going to correct some of our mistakes which we did while writing the code, and now we are going to run the program. So giving the same input which was explained in the explanation part,